Watch out, Teen. It's falling.
What's that, Norm?
It's fall. Leaves are starting to fall. And interest rates too.
Yes, they are.
How are we going to survive falling interest rates as retirees with our savings?
Well, we're going to be discussing that very question today.
So the central banks have started cutting rates. It's been a while. People with mortgages are giving a sigh of relief. Canada has already cut the rates twice, and they're forecasting another cut this month in October. Also, the pundits are saying that the Federal Reserve in the US, they're going to cut their rates in October as well. So this is just going to lead to lower interest rates at savings accounts. So what can we do about that, Teen?
Well, I think one of the things is that we're hoping that the stocks should rise, Norm.
Generally, Tina, what we find is that when interest rates fall, stocks go up, bonds go down. So it's probably a good idea to take a look at stocks again if you are a stock investor. We invest in the aristocrat dividend stocks. We like some of the Canadian banks, not all of them, and we're going to add to our position. At the moment, these stocks have fallen a little bit, so we've been buying this last month to add to our position that'll give us more dividends.
And actually, you were just checking this morning, Norm, and actually our stocks in Royal Bank, you said, had really gone up. So that was very positive. We like that.
Royal Bank in Canada seems to be outperforming all of the other banks. And so we bought that stock at 58 Canadian dollars way back, and now it's over $165. So that's been very good. Plus, we've had 10 or 12 years of, well, more than that, maybe nearly 20 years of dividends from them. If you don't like stocks, there's ETFs, which are a low-risk, low-cost way of being involved in the stock market and getting a good return from that. And if you were to look at something like an index fund, so the ETF has a very low management expense ratio, and the S&P 500 has been a great ETF to be in, mirroring the S&P 500 rate. What else can we do, Teen?
Well, I think there's lots of other things, like you could be looking at GICs or CDs in the US for perhaps a 12-month term. You might get a higher interest rate on those.
Yes, than you will in your high interest savings account. So let's just, for newcomers, GIC, that's Canada, that's a guaranteed income certificate. And you can buy those in multiple denominations of months, from 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. You can go all the way 5 years if you want to. And then CDs in the US, a certificate of deposits. And both of these things are insurance backed by the federal governments of the respective countries. So they are very safe to invest in. Unfortunately, those rates are coming down along with interest rates. So if you jump in quickly before there's been too many cuts, you'll get a higher interest rate, and you could maybe lock in for 6 months, maybe a year. And what we're saying is it's good to have cash in retirement as part of your portfolio, and that's a good home for part of it.
And I think the other thing too, Norm, is that we think that everybody should have some sort of an emergency fund, whether it's 6 months or a year.
Totally.
Now, the one thing that we are finding, and we've just been notified recently by EQ, and we have had our interest rates cut from the noticed high interest rate savings accounts that we opened about 6 weeks ago. So the interest has gone down. It was, I think, 5.25, and I think it's is it either 4 or 4.25 now, the new one?
Yeah, I think it's 4.25.
Which, although it's lower, it's still a really good rate just for a savings account. So we are still reasonably happy with that.
So we do
Aren't we?
advocate, Tina,
Yeah.
for people who want to keep cash
Yeah.
so you can have it in the short term, so you can get it, within 24 hours, 48 hours, to look at high interest savings accounts and look towards the internet with the internet banks like in Canada, EQ.
There's quite a few of them, isn't there? There's
there really are.
Tangerine. There's
And they're giving you far higher interest rates than the regular bricks and mortar banks. So we do advocate that, especially for your 6 months emergency fund where you need to get that cash immediately. So we do advocate for that. And also the other thing you can do with high interest savings account, especially if you're online forums with financial forums, or we follow red flag deals and the hot deals, they will tell you in the forums, people will report which banks, organizations are offering promotional rates to get you to move your money there. And people play this game all the time. You open an account, you get your 5%, then the bank says after 6 months, the promo's over, then you skip to the next bank that's doing a promo at 5. Takes some work, but you get way more than the 0.1% in a regular bricks and mortar bank.
I think we should also mention too, Norm, that although we're talking about the banks here, particularly in Canada, don't forget the credit unions.
Right.
Because we have a lot of those here too that have some really good rates, don't they?
They do indeed, especially with GICs as well. What else can we do, Teen, to try and save money to offset the falling interest rates, which are crashing down?
That's something that probably is close to our heart, Norm, and that is shopping, spending money, but we need to do more. We need to shop the flyers, and we need to be looking at these discount stores more, I think, to find the deals.
So don't forget discount stores, dollar stores. Dollarama is amazing, and Dollar Tree, also in Canada and the US. They do have some really cost-effective, especially if you don't want large packages of stuff. They get smaller packages, so food won't go off as much.
But we've bought some great deals, particularly canned things. They also sell bread and, well, actually they're beginning to sell just about everything in the food now. And they have some great deals, so don't forget about them.
Also, don't forget about Costco. So if you're able to, say you've got a large freezer at home, you can buy larger quantities and it will last you a longer time. But you can often save money that way. So when we go there, we have a handful of products that we like to buy. We've shown you in the past on our previous videos. So we buy those, and we might buy 2 or 3 packets of each thing because we do have a freezer.
To keep us going.
And then it lasts us for 6 months, but we're paying a fraction of what it would be at a regular grocery store.
That's very true. And I think a couple of other stores that we do like, and they have great deals, that has to be Walmart. But another one that we really like too is, of course, Amazon, where it gets delivered to your door. And in actual fact, the last lot, we actually buy some vitamin C tablets, particularly when we travel. I like to keep Norm healthy, so I make us both take a vitamin C every morning, and he found a fantastic deal. The products we would normally buy at $20 a box of 4 tubes, he found them it was lower than that, and about $15, and then he got another $5 off with a coupon.
Snappy shopper.
He went in and he ordered them each individually, and he got the $5 coupon off each one, and it was delivered to the door. So we saved a fortune. So don't forget about Amazon.
We can be total reclusives in our apartment and never leave it.
Not go anywhere and still save money.
Also, don't forget your local supermarket and shop the manager's specials. We often will see meats and what have you marked down 50% or more.
Yeah.
And it's a great time to just snag those, put them in the freezer, and you're paying a fraction in
Yeah.
the price.
And those are the deals that you really don't know until you're just walking around the store. A couple of weeks ago, they had trays of ground turkey, didn't they? And they were
Yeah.
reduced from $6 to $1.99. And I bought one, but I could have kicked myself because when I got home, I thought, well, why didn't I buy like 3 or 4 of them?
Tina is
But
very cautious.
I'm on the. I should have just bought a whole pile of them and put them in the freezer. It was a fantastic deal. But these are the deals you don't see. They're not in the flyers.
No.
It's just the store might have a whole pile of a particular product, and the manager puts it on as a manager special. We've had some great deals, haven't we? Yeah.
Don't forget the apps. We've all got
Yeah.
smartphones, haven't we?
Yeah. Even us.
Even us.
I was going to say even us. We actually use them for that now.
So we have on our phone, we
Yeah.
have 3 apps that gives us cheap food. And the first one of our viewers, maybe a year ago, told us about
Yeah,
this.
we didn't even know about it,
No,
did we?
never knew
No,
about
no.
it, but it was on Dragon's
Yeah.
Den in Canada.
Yeah.
And anyway, Flash Food. Do a search on your smartphone app store, Flash Food, and then it tends to highlight Loblaw grocery stores in our area.
Yeah.
And they will list things that are either going to go out of date or they have overstocks on. And we've had things
Oh,
like a
fantastic
loaf of bread
deals.
for 50 cents.
Fantastic deals. We've had bagels for 50 cents. We've
Yeah.
even had these wonderful tortillas, like the big Mexican tortillas.
Yeah.
I think they were 50 cents. We went crazy that time, didn't we? We did buy a lot that time because it was so cheap. We had to buy lots, didn't
And then
we?
they'll have some fancy cheeses that
Oh, yeah.
they're
Yeah.
struggling to do. And
We've had
we
some of
maybe
those.
never had it, so we'll try it because
Yeah.
it's so cheap. So don't forget about Flash Food. We've also got Food Hero, which is relatively new to us, and they're featuring Sobeys stores in our area. And they are listing items generally. They have meat, bakery, and fish maybe, and they all tend to go at half price, half the advertised price.
That's kind of a new one for us, isn't it?
It
We
is.
we actually haven't used that one
Not
yet.
yet.
We have started looking at it, and we're waiting for good deals because apparently when you put your first order in, you get $5 off. So we need to find enough deals to put an order in to get the
We
$5.
nearly bought a pork chop,
this
340
morning,
grams,
didn't we?
and they were advertising that
For
to,
$2.50.
yeah.
And then we thought, well, if we ordered just that one pork chop for $2.50 and they're going to give you $5 for free,
We're
that
going to leave
seems
$2.50 on the
silly.
table.
Yeah, we're
That's
not going to. So we're going to wait for more deals, put the order together, get the $5 off, and then we'll be ahead of the game.
How about cashbacks, Tina? Do we like cashbacks on our smartphone?
Yes, we do.
Well, how are we going to do that?
We have to go to checkout 51.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing, remember, you have to do with that is when you go shopping and you buy a particular product, you have to keep your receipt because part of the deal to get the money back is you have to take a picture of the item on the receipt and then upload it and send it to them. But we've actually had quite a lot of money back from them,
And
haven't we?
they'll send you the money in a check.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty good, isn't
we've
it?
probably had a couple of $100 over the years.
Yeah.
So what you do is you go on the app, and every week they update it with new products. So
New deals.
it's manufacturers, primarily grocery and toiletries. They use it as part of their advertising. So they will give $1 off an item, or they'll give you buy 2 and you'll get an increased discount.
or something, wasn't it? But it's worked for us in the past, hasn't it?
Checkout 51.
Yeah.
Once again, search it on your app store on your smartphone. So what else can we do, Teen?
Well, it's part of what we do all the time, and that is review all our monthly subscriptions and streaming, cell phones, anything we pay for basically monthly, isn't it?
Are we still watching that
Yeah.
Disney Channel, which we never subscribed to? But had we done that, we might have cancelled.
That's true. And we did cancel the Netflix, didn't we? Because they started to put the prices up too much.
Yeah.
We do like Prime because we're always shopping there. So that's a no-brainer for us.
We get free deliveries,
and
we get TV as well now.
Yeah, so that's a great deal. But the things,
you go ahead.
The things that we have noticed, and Norm's very good at, is the cell phone plans.
Yeah.
You've saved us a lot on that, haven't you?
Once again, red flag deals. All these other people who communicate on there, they all come up with these deals. So we were able to get a promotional rate 18 months ago, 20 gigabytes of data for, in total, $35.
That was great, wasn't it?
And we've never used 20 gigs of data. So we're thinking about cutting that as well, so we can save some money. Because with falling interest rates, it means our interest at the high interest savings is going down, so our income is going down. So we can offset that by making savings in our monthly budget. And so we do review internet, cable TV, streaming services. We have some photo subscriptions for Photoshop and what have you. So why don't you take a look at that? Are you still going to the gym that you're paying for on a monthly basis?
Because we hear that's one of the biggest things. Hey, it's New Year's resolution. What does everybody do? They go join a gym, they pay the subscription, and guess what happens? Life gets in the way and they never go. And they forget to cancel the subscription. So they're paying for something they never go to. I guess that's a plus for us, Norm, that we have a gym and a pool here.
Yeah.
So
Another plus for apartment living.
We don't have to pay for that. It's all included in the rent, which is great.
So falling interest rates, we've been here before, haven't we? We know how to manage it. We know that we're going to survive it, but we just have to become a little bit more able to find bargains or able to save money to offset the decrease in our interest that we're going to receive on our savings in retirement.
And one thing I have noticed, Norm, is this last couple of weeks is how much the price of gas is coming down.
Crazy.
It's like gone down like 20 cents.
Yeah.
20 cents.
Almost 20 cents. So last time we filled up was $1.41 per litre. And prior to that, we were paying $1.58.
Yeah, it was amazing. And not that long ago, it was $1.69. So that is strange. The price of gas is coming down.
So if you're enjoying videos like this, I've picked another video, which I think you're really going to like, on the same subject of retirement finances. So I'm going to link it right here in front of me. Click on that and carry on watching.
And we hope that everybody is staying safe
and keeping well.
Until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.